Have you ever found yourself opening an assignment for a class with the determination to get it done? You're hard at work when you decide to take a small study break. Did you find yourself updating your Facebook status? Maybe you just decided to leave a friend a comment on MySpace. Or just maybe you decided to keep it short and sweet with Twitter. With the number of both websites and users growing, chances are that you probably have. As social networks become a bigger part of our daily lives, it is important to try and see if this phenomenon is affecting the way young adults think and communicate. Can you tell us how old you are?
18.
20.
19.
19.
19.
I'm 18.
18.
18.
19.
Do you know what a social network is?
Yes.
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 Oh yeah, I do.
Yes.
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 Do you have a Facebook?
Yes.
Do you have a MySpace?
Yes.
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 Yes, I do.
Yes.
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 On an average, how long are you on Facebook, or how many times do you check Facebook a day?
A day? Probably 5-6 times a day.
So you're on Facebook most of the time?
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the
I use Facebook, Twitter, and iChat, I guess.
Hey Ricky, did you know that most people nowadays, the ones that use social networks, they use it to get more self-gratification?
Oh really? Yeah, come to think of it, I read in an article once that a person's self-confidence can really provide some insight on how often they use social networks.
Yeah, but also say that somebody could put up there something like, oh, I can't believe my parents are fighting again, but they do this so that they can get help from other people. It's like a cry for help.
Tell me about it. The article I read went on to explain how it can go both ways. People with troubled lives can use social networks for, support if they don't have anyone to talk to.
Well, yeah, but they could also use it for, they could get, let's say, oh, a guy goes on there and says, oh, I can't believe I passed my history exam. They'll do this so that they can get congratulations from other people on Twitter.
Yeah, a friend of mine really likes to gloat about his accomplishments. It's kind of like a person's views on themselves can really relate to how they use a social network.
When you're having a bad day, do you like to post a comment or a post on Facebook?
Actually, yes, I do vent sometimes on
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people will vent on Facebook?
Yeah, definitely. They'll use lyrics or just anything that they feel like.
And what do you think people post it on Facebook?
Why do you think?
Why? What's your opinion? Off the top of your head, why do you think people post their feelings on Facebook?
It gives them a place to vent, I think, and you don't have to put anybody's name, so they can always lie and say, I wasn't talking about you. It was just some feeling,
When you're having a good day or a bad day, do you post it on Facebook? Your feelings?
Yeah.
You like to do that a lot?
Yeah.
How often do you do that, honestly?
Maybe once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
Okay, so no matter what, depending on the day, no matter what, you are...
Well, not always, yeah, not every day, but I guess if it's a big deal.
I think a lot of people post their feelings on these social networks.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
And why do you think they post them there?
I think they just want people's feedback, I guess.
So you think it's kind of like a cry for help? They
Yeah.
want to hear people's opinions and ask for people's help, but they don't want to do it in real life?
Yeah, I think it's easier to do it online.
Even though social networks are fairly new to the World Wide Web, experts have shown that they are altering the social behaviors of young adults. The online realm has quickly blurred with the real world as people present themselves in a manner that they normally wouldn't, just to make themselves a bit more likable. The internet provides people with the opportunity to limit normal face-to-face interactions with disclosure and customizable self-presentation.
I think it's a lot easier just to talk to someone behind a computer screen than in person.
And why is that?
I don't know, I guess people are just worried about being judged, and it's a lot easier, to hide certain things, I guess. You're not going to post, pictures that you don't like, or, things about yourself that you don't like.
It's almost like a barrier from the outside world. You could use it in your defense, in a way.
And do you think, people don't really put up pictures of themselves looking like they do every day? They try to put up really nice pictures of themselves, right?
Yeah, I know personally, I will take 20, 30 pictures until I find that one that I like the best, and I'll put only that one on.
Warcraft in itself is a social network. World of Warcraft came out and allowed people to connect with other people, make friends, and even completely leave the gaming aspect aside and just have social communities and networks and parties. And one big part of it is the psyche part of it. The thing with World of Warcraft is that when you start the game off, you have to make an avatar yourself, a player. By doing this though, you put whatever you want into this player. He can be big, he can be small, she can be big, she can be small, she can be thin, he can be fat, whichever you want. What scientists wanted to see was what affects this player. What they found out is that later on, people will begin to put in their own likes and dislikes into this player.
My brother and a lot of my friends are addicted to it. They don't just play it, they're addicted to it.
Well, in the game, you have to make your own game character.
Yeah.
And what I want to know is, if you were ever to play the game, would you make the character look like you, or would you make it look like your fantasy?
I would make it look like my fantasy.
Yeah?
The fantasy of what I want to be, or yeah, you know.
Also, you'd put it as yourself, but you'd fix yourself.
I'd fix myself. Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Contrary to popular belief, research has also shown that social networks can provide an interaction that can be used offline as well. Although there's a sense of disconnection, social networks have proven to provide moral support and promote psychosocial well-being. Facebook, MySpace, and the like help demonstrate that social networks can develop relationships. In young men and women like ourselves, they help maintain healthy social lives, especially during the move from home to college.
Like, for instance, I know a lot of people on Facebook. I've added a lot of people on Facebook that I don't talk to in real life.
Yeah, I know, like, it's a lot easier to keep in touch with friends, definitely. So I keep a lot of my friends, so I'm just like, you know, losing touch with them.
So what does this all really mean? The fact of the matter is that whether we like it or not, social networks are now an important part of our time. Whether you're a freshman in college or a 60-year-old ready to retire, technology will present you change and will continue to advance. Whether you choose to utilize it or not, the choice is up to you. But then again, that choice might require you to log on.